Hey, folks. Been a long time since I've done a Facebook Live, hasn't it? Well, I've been doing a lot of these reels, these 60 seconders, and well, this morning's going to take a little bit more than 60 seconds to do it justice. So here we go. First thing, the enteric nervous system that regulates our gut is often called the body's second brain. Although it can't compose poetry or solve equations, this extensive network uses the same chemicals and cells as the brain to help us digest and to alert the brain when something is amiss. This is the definition of gut intelligence as comes up on Google when I search it. Now that I don't have to read it, I'll take off my glasses. And today is a lot about gut instinct, but it's also about ownership and it's about experience. Because all week long, if you have not been following, last Saturday, 6 days ago, 5:30 in the morning, I got up, used the restroom, was going to get up and start a productive day. I have a bedroom restroom that is long and narrow, so 2.5 feet wide, maybe between the wall over here and the cabinet here. And walk to the end, use the toilet, back up, trying to turn around, my prosthetic foot slips. I don't have a shoe or sock on it. It's just a prosthetic. I start to fall. I try to catch myself on the windowsill and then on the actual cabinet, and I fall backwards. My knee just falls unnaturally in the prosthetic, gets caught underneath the cupboard. So it's in an unnatural position. It's forced there. There's no give because it's in the prosthetic, which has this large, hard plastic cup, which is designed to protect my stump and protect the stability of my leg, my knee overall. In this case, it basically just ensured that I would be in a painful situation and it would be difficult for me to get out. So I stood up. I was able to stand up, walk downstairs with some pain. By the end of the day, I was not able to even wear my prosthetic, much less walk with it, because of the pain of the inside of my left knee banking up against the prosthetic. You touch the very center of the inside of your knee, and that is where the pain is centered, and then it would radiate out, and it would radiate out huge. And we're talking Saturday, it was a 10, and I could barely sleep. I was taking at that point prednisone, which I have for arthritis, but has also helped swelling in this situation, and extra strength Excedrin, which is like 250 milligram capsules, 5 of them at a time. I've taken 10 a day. Yeah, I think I took 15 a day the other day, just trying to get the pain under control. It's a lot of meds. It's a problem. Not what I wanted. So that's the issue. That's the pain. You also know, if you've been watching, that I don't have insurance. My wife had a job situation change, which unexpectedly meant that we weren't going to have insurance, and her job doesn't offer COBRA. Now, my job, yeah, I can do life event and change insurance. It's going to take till December 1st. So one way or another, for the month of November, no insurance. I make far too much money to be able to afford Medicaid, but I don't make near enough money to go to the emergency room, get a CAT scan, get an MRI, and not have insurance. So all week long, I've been thinking I'm just going to grin and bear it. It's going to hurt. It's going to get better. What is it? It's bone bruise? It's not a break. I really doubt it's a break. Bone bruise could be a pulled MCL, ACL, PCL, could be torn. Either way, I'm not an athlete, and I can get over it, and I can eventually walk, and maybe I can have surgery down the line. Just have to be patient. But I didn't know. And the more it hurt, the less I've been able to move, and I have been crawling all week, have not been able to wear my prosthetic leg all week long. So I'm crawling all over the house. My friend Mike, Handbike Mike, the pro athlete who hand bikes himself through the mountains all over the world, brought me over a spare wheelchair. Thank goodness. That's going to be helpful. I use my walker, but mostly I'm just crawling around on the carpet. Yesterday morning, if you saw the video, I was just back in really, really intense pain. So I'm drugging up. I'm doing prednisone twice yesterday. I did the Excedrin, and then, as I promised my wife I would, we went to an ER, which was really basically just an urgent care ER, just not much. Now, here's the deal, and if you're still with me, I hope you're still with me, because this is the kicker of the whole thing. I didn't want to go. I figured it's just going to be an expense, and it was going to be a waste of time. We weren't going to find anything out that I didn't already know. And that was the case. I go in, they do give it an x-ray. No, nothing's broken. Can't do anything about the ligaments unless you get an MRI or a CAT scan. You need to go schedule yourself with an orthopedic surgeon. Really? No. Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. Which can't do until December when I have insurance, because it would be stupid. I'm thinking, okay, well, at least get me some meds. I need some more prednisone. Oh, no, prednisone's not good for this. It's not helping you. Like, yes, it is helping me. I know my body. It's helping me. Oh, no. You don't need that. Here, we're going to give you some of this extra strength Tylenol, which I can get over the counter. So they wanted to give me and charge me for extra strength Tylenol and an ACE bandage. To which I said politely, no, I will go across the street to Walmart and I will buy Aleve, which is just as good. And this is gel caps, better than the Excedrin, gets faster, gets to my system faster. Bought an ACE bandage, bought a Cool Pack, and we're just going to tough it out. Now, I am feeling a little bit better today. I don't know if that's just because of time, or I don't know, maybe there was some magic dust in the UC Health ER urgent care that I went to. Tough to say. The bottom line is I knew what was wrong with me and what wasn't wrong with me. I'm 55 years old. I've lived with this leg my whole life. I've lived with the prosthetic since 2006. I know what's going on, but I didn't trust myself. I listened to other people who I did trust and who cared about me, and that's fine. It's not their fault. That's ownership. That's in the title, ownership. My choice to go to the ER, my choice to incur the expenses I'm going to expense. Okay, that's life. But my experience, which I should have listened to, told me I didn't need to worry about it. And my gut instinct said, hey, everything's going to be fine. Just be patient. But we don't always listen to our experience or our gut instinct. We do what we think will make other people happy. Because if we make other people happy, then we are more likely to be happy. And maybe they're going to be right. But here's the most important part, and this is why it's first. Even though I led with gut instinct, the most important thing here is ownership. Because I can't blame anybody who recommended they go to the doctor, much less the most trusted person in my life, my wife, who really encouraged me to go and drove me there. It's not her fault that I didn't go with my gut instinct, that I didn't rely on my experience. That's me. That's my ownership. I have to take responsibility for that. And that happens with my health. That happens with my finances, happens with my job. It happens with any part of my life and any part of your life. We can sit and talk about all the things that happen to us, all the things that happen around us, all we want. We can complain about our decisions. We can complain about what people tell us to do that we're really not wanting to do. But ultimately, if we are making a decision, we have to take ownership of that decision. And that means most of the time taking ownership of the result. Results, maybe not always in our control, but we usually put ourselves in position for that result. Take ownership. No, don't take ownership for the tornado that whipped through your town, although some people would say take ownership of why you're living where a tornado will zip through your town. But hey, you can live almost anywhere and have to deal with a tornado or hurricane or a major storm or an earthquake or a blizzard, a major heat situation, an ice storm. So, there are things out of your control. I get that. It's not your fault if you get smacked into by a drunk driver. I get that. You can't take ownership in everything. You can take a little bit of ownership in most things. And in probably the most important decisions in your life, you can usually take complete ownership every single time, despite what we are kind of conditioned to do by society. This is my fault. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten up at 5:30. Maybe I should have been a little bit more careful when I was walking in the bathroom. Maybe I should have put on a sock or a shoe. But bottom line, I went to the ER yesterday. I knew I shouldn't have. It was a dumb choice. I didn't learn anything new, and I'm on the same path. My fault. My ownership. Listen to your experience. Listen to your gut. You're going to be far happier, and you're going to find a way to win anyway, much more often. Thanks for staying till the end. Let me know if you did. Leave a comment, and I'll probably put this up as a podcast because it's certainly long enough to be one. Have a fantastic weekend. And hey, if you're in the U.S., we got that holiday coming up where you eat a big giant bird or ham or something. So, go have a great time. We'll see you next time.